Hey y'all, I'm getting ready for the day. So today, the Bible story that's been on my mind is Lot and his daughters. Now, let me explain something. I wonder, can y'all see me from right here? Okay. Lately, the Bible story that has been on my mind. Y'all see I do my dishes. I gotta clean those, but hey boo. Good morning, baby. How are you? Go get your nap before we go to the doctor, okay? Sweetheart. What was it? Sweetheart, go take a nap before we go to the doctor because we're gonna be gone all day. Phoebe. Phoebe. Bless you. Go take a nap before we go to the doctor, okay? Go ahead, boo. You go get the remote so I can turn TV on. Go get the remote.
Okay.
I gotta be in my mom. Hold on a second. And you find anything in the kitchen, from a knife to crayons, it goes both ways. This is the most recent book. Y'all see my stretch marks? I got fat. I'm trying to get rid of them. I'm gonna read this book right now. BRB. 10 kids. I'm back. So, y'all know the story of Lot and his daughters, right? This is my morning routine as I get ready to go to the doctor. God really been dealing with me heavily about that story, and I'm actually going to be meditating on it this week. The story of Lot, I feel like I was a little too judgmental when reading it at first. And then, I got hair on my chest. I really didn't take time. I was doing my hair, that's why I got that right there. I really didn't take time to really sit down and study why Lot committed incest with his daughters. And it was because I always thought, like, why would the daughters do that to the mom? Why would this happen, this, and that? It's because the mother disobeyed, right? And the truth of the matter is that Lot and his daughters were living, that's why the Bible says that Lot is righteous. He was living in a time of Sodom and Gomorrah. So basically, all the men were homosexuals. All the men were homosexuals. All of the women, and that's something that they don't really want to get into, all of the women were also homosexuals. They were lesbians. So there was nobody left, because instead of having the natural desire to want to be male and female, the men like the men, the women like the women. So there was nobody left. So Lot, when he was running, it's just a lot of stuff that has caused me to just rethink myself, because the angel gave an instruction to Lot. It said, go here. But Lot was like talking to the angel, like, I can't go there because if I do this, this, and that. And in my own personal life, I've been thinking a lot, like, God, I cannot go to this place. Like, God, he's been telling me, like, I called you to be a full-time preacher. And I have told God, Lord, I can't open a church right now. I can't go into full-time ministry, because those people who are not known don't know what it's like for you to be constantly under surveillance. I have a daughter, so I can't just get up and hold a microphone in my hand, because I have to protect my child. So now I start to understand Lot a little bit differently. But as you all know, they took some wine, they had sex with each other, and then they preserved the line. And then thus Ruth was born, David was born. But children came from that incestuous relationship. But was it okay with God? Was it okay with God? This is a very tricky question because there was nobody left. There was nobody left. So, yes, boo. I'm about to make some. Go sit down. Okay? You need to stop wasting these apples too. So, I believe that we are about to walk into the era of Lot. And God has to get control of it. He has to get control of Lot, because when God says not to do something, that's what he means. Now, we are going to see a rise of incestuous relationships between father and daughter. We're going to see that. Why? Because it is already written. If you sow Sodom, you get Lot. It's cause and effect. I don't know, like, remember how when we were younger, we used to make the machines? We used to put in school, used to craft the machine. You put something in to get something out. If you put in Sodom, Lot is coming out. That's just how it is. So because of this, we are going to see a rise of incestuous relationships between father and daughter because of what is on the land. But because God has to get control, he has to get control of that. The biblical side of it, because it's going to happen because of the Bible, the biblical side of it is that you're going to see, like, if a woman had a first husband, she divorced him, then she married another man, right? But she had a daughter after she divorced the first husband with somebody else. You're going to see the daughter have relations with her mother's first ex-husband. That's what you're about to start seeing. I'm coming, sweetheart. That's what you're about to start seeing, because there is nobody left. There's nobody left. I think for me, the difficult part of being in ministry is that I know from personal experience that Black women are married to men who are molesting their daughters. They're married to men whose testimony is that they were sexually attracted to children because there's nobody left, and that's wrong. So Black women, I have seen with my own eyes, they get up in conferences and be like, you know what, girl? You was just so strong because you and your husband worked out the fact that, yes, God, you and your husband worked out the fact that he molested your daughter, you stayed together. That's wrong. However, it's confirming the prophecy that there is nobody left. There's nobody left to be in union with. So because there is nobody left, you're going to see women give birth to their children and even marry their mother's first husband because there's nobody left. This is a consequence. And for over 20 years, there's going to be a persecution. They're going to say, well, why are women sleeping with their mother's first husband? Why are women in the world, they'll sleep with their fathers? In the church, they'll sleep with their mother's first husband. Why are women doing this? Why are women doing this? All you have to do is be in a same-sex relationship, and God is not going to go for it. You're even going to see gospel singers become open lesbians, and God is not going to go for it. And I want you to know that God already knows what's going to happen. Just like he told Peter what's going to happen. God already knows what's going to happen. And these things will happen. And God is going to continue his bloodline through the mother's daughter and her first husband. And the bloodline is going to be continued.